Grabe yung ADB bukas. Or, nandito na yung mga last week na yung technical kasang huli pa tayo. Medyo matidelay lang yung smart city system natin dahil may papaguhin ko sa pasok.
Good afternoon, magandang hapon po mga kaibigan. Para sa ating weekly Ugnayan Panlunsod, ako po ang inyong kawaring bayan, Joe Munar, ng DZQ Radio Pilipinas Baguio. At katuwang po natin ang ating kapatid sa pamamahayag, ang Northern Luzon Chief ng Sky Cable, si Sir Mix Pilates. Partner, magandang hapon.
Okay, magandang hapon sa iyo, kasamang Jomin, of course, no? Sa ating po mga televiewers, lalong-lalo na po yung mga nanonood po sa social media, no? Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat, okay? So?
Yes, well, syempre, every week mga kaibigan, supposed to be Wednesday po yung ating Ugnayan Panlunsod. So, ang request pa ng ating mayor, dahil meron po siyang pulong bukas, ay ngayon pong araw ang ating Ugnayan Panlunsod. Ating papatid ng ating alkalde, Mayor Benjie Magalong. Sir, magandang hapon po sa inyo.
Magandang hapon, John. Magandang hapon sa inyo, Biggs. At magandang hapon po sa ating mga tagapanood at ating mga bisita rito sa opisina ngayon. Magandang Baguio po sa inyo lahat.
Yes, sir. A week's time, almost a week's time kasi Wednesday nung nag-resume tayo ng ating Ugnayan Panlunsod at napakarami po yung inyo pong isiniwalat na po, hindi lahat pong mga projects, programs ng ating syudad. Any update on this, Apo Mayor? Well, yesterday, kayo po yung marap po sa City Council and again, yung issue pa rin po ng, well, supposed to be parang displacement. Yan po pinapangabahan po ng ating mga kababayan na maapektuhan ng ating pinaplanong STP dyan po sa may quarry area.
Yeah, oo nga. Kahapon nga, nasa council ako kahapon at pinag-uusapan nga yung 21 na owners ng mga structures na matidislocate kung sakasakaling itatayo namin yung aming bagong STP na itatayo dyan sa quarry. This covers a land area of about 1.1 hectares. And I would like to emphasize that this is a city need. Kaya nga nung tinanong ako kahapon, in-emphasize ko sa kanila na what we are putting up is a facility that will benefit thousands of people, residents of Baguio. And we cannot simply, ignore the needs of the many against the need of the few. Isipin mo, 21 lang yan. Besides, they don't own the property. They just illegally occupied it. So sabi ko nga naman, but nevertheless, sabi ko, kung sakasakaling meron technology that will only cover a land footprint of less than 1 hectare, then swerte sila. Hindi na namin sila gagalawin. That is a hypothetical situation. Pero looking at the even the latest technology would say that we need around 1 hectare per STP. Isipin mo na lang kung ilang households ang makikinabang yan. Thousands and thousands of households. Siguro nakikita ko doon kung titignan mo lang yung Quarry area at yung kapaligiran niyan, City Camp, yung Upper City Camp, sa mga lugar dyan na nakokoberan yan. Ang dami. Quarry, pati Lourdes. These are thousands of residents. So we cannot, ako personally, hindi ko pwedeng i-sacrifice yung benefit o yung welfare ng nakararami. Sobrang nakararami ang pininapan dyan. But nevertheless, sabi ko nga sa kanila na kung sakasakali man na sila ay matatanggal dyan, we will make sure that there will be a relocation site para sa kanila. But definitely not a land area. It will probably in a medium-rise na socialized housing. Priority sila doon.
So, meron naman po palang alternatibo, Mayor, in case po na sila po ay ma-displace.
Yes, oo. Kung sakasakali naman, sabi ko nga, kung ang land footprint ng bagong technology ng STP na ilalagay dyan ay less than 1 hectare, then swerte sila. May sasantabi namin yung a few hundreds of square meters para sa kanila. Pagkakasyahin namin sila doon.
But if it's still an illegal structure, talaga bang ibibigay niyo na sa kanila yan? O kasi nabanggit niyo nga po na talagang hindi naman po nila pag-aari.
Hindi naman talaga nila pwedeng arihin yan dahil meron naman talagang city needs yan eh.
Opo.
Priority in city needs. Kaya nga ang order ko kakaninang tanghali nung nagkaroon kami ng MANCOM meeting is to start the social preparation phase. Alamin, i-profile na yung mga nakatira doon. Sino ba itong mga nakatira doon? Baka naman itong mga nakatira doon, meron dyan na meron naman talagang bahay at naglagay lang ng isang structure dyan para lang ariin niya yung hindi naman niya pag-aari. Alam mo, nung inumpisa niya noong 2016, there were only 14 and even earlier, there were only 7 structures. And surprisingly, 2019, meron ng 21 structures. At may mga shanties naman doon. Na obviously naman, hindi na-occupy, kung baka nilagay lang doon. Sort of to establish ownership over a property na hindi naman sa kanila. So, ito naman sabi ko nga sa inyo, there will be profiling of the people occupying or put up structures in that area.
Okay. Mayor, may iba naman po tayo, no? Huwag na po natin siguro to dig deeper yung mga nakaraang nangyari. Ito pong pagkakaroon po natin ng mga closed circuit television, ito pong mga CCTV camera, lalong-lalo na po dito po sa sentro. Napapansin po natin kasi na kadalasan po yung pong ating mga recorded sa CCTV, nagiging, nagiging parang ebidensya na lamang po. May plano po ba tayo na mas paigtingin? Like for example, talagang minomonitor po yung ating pong mga CCTV, yung mga kuha, para hindi na po siya maging ebidensya lang o hindi po reactive. Kumbaga, proactive na po siya na kung saan baka pwede po natin maging mas maaga po marespondihan na kaysa naman po maging parang ebidensya na lang po.
Totoo yan. Totoo yan, Biggs. I agree with your observations. Meron kaming, sabi ko nga sa iyo, it was not designed. Yun ang mahirap niyan. If a CCTV system is not designed by the Philippine National Police, a law enforcement, talagang mahirap i-adapt. If you notice, nung tinake over namin yan, off-limits pa nga yung kapulisan. And that's the reason why may gap. Nagkaroon ng gap. No? Iba yung namamahala, iba naman yung law enforcement, and it's so difficult to support law enforcement kung may gap yung CCTV system at yung law enforcement. So, ito yung kinose natin na gap. Pero again, kulang pa rin uli yung capability ng CCTV. Nakita nyo yung mga camera are not, does not satisfy yung law enforcement requirements namin. Kita mo, pag clinic mo na siya ng a few, yung optical zoom na lang yan. Just a few clicks siguro, nag 3x ka lang yan, 2x na yan, wala na. Nasabog na yung resolution yan.
Out of focus po.
Out of focus na yan, di ba? Wala na. Kaya nga, dapat talaga merong participation ng law enforcement para pagdating sa mga planning at pag-determine ng mga specification yan. Yan ang i-correct natin pag itatayo na natin yung smart city system natin. Yung smart city platform wherein we will be using HD camera. And these are cameras that are AI compatible na pwede nating i-train itong mga cameras na to detect crimes, commission of crimes, violation of traffic, abnormal behavior, to detect plate numbers, to detect faces, facial recognition, to detect ambulances, para pag sakasakali nakita na nila yung ambulance, immediately sa isang intersection, magiging green na, automatic na. So, ang dami mong pwedeng flood, pwedeng i-train yan sa flood, pwedeng i-train rin yan sa fire. So, ganun yung ilalagay natin ng mga artificial intelligence camera. Part of the system, only one of the system, or one of the few systems that will be integrated in the smart city platform.
Yun. HD, no? High definition.
High definition. In fact, meron pa kami ilalagay dyan ng ultra high definition. Yung tinatawag namin 4K cameras. Na maski na 3, makikita mo siguro yung SM dito, ano? Dito sa opisina ko. Look out the window, nakikita mo yan. Is around 2 kilometers away.
Kaya tumag-zoom yan.
Diyan, ay, makikita mo yung plate number to. Makikita mo
Pag-zoom yan, nakikita pa rin po.
ganun na lakas yung 4K camera na yan.
Hindi na ako magdadala ng sasakyan.
Pwede ka. 4K, mataas po yan. Kahit po malayo yung kuhan yan. Pag i-zoom mo yan, malinaw pa rin
Malinaw yan.
yung litrato. Okay, baka may gusto ko pa may tanong dyan.
Pag magdala ka ng sasakyan, makikita ka ni Mayor. Ayan, sa
Hindi na makikita yung sasakyan mo kasi walang plate number yun.
Okay, sa mga katanungan ng ating mga kasama sa media, mauna si...
Bago na tayo yung pinakabata.
Oh, si Attorney Pecas of Zigzag. Attorney Pecas.
I would like to ask Mayor yung mga na-demolish because they just remain demolished. When can the city convert them into roads para hindi na organized ko ta? And what's the problem? Is it the funding or what?
Okay, ganito po yung sistema sa DPWH. No? DPWH will not fund any road widening project unless they see that the houses occupy the road right-of-way are demolished. And that's the only time they will fund it. So expect that the funding will arrive next year. Ngayon pa lang i-request. Clear natin kasi ang nangyayari is, usually ang nangyayari, yung traditional way of doing it is, hingi ng funding sa palang i-demolish. Pero nung demolition, nagkaroon ng problema. So hindi na implement yung project. Yung absorptive capacity, wala. So this time, binago na nila yung sistema. Linisin nyo muna and then we will fund it. So next year, ang road widening yan. Yung sa Nagilian, meron uli kaming 20 structures na i-demolish dyan. Itong next week. And then sa Marcos Highway, meron ulit i-demolish na around 30 yata. And then yung pati yung malaking building doon, na nakita nyo doon sa harapan nung tawag ng building na yun, na malapit sa Kitma Road. Yun na rin, nagbigay na nga ng kanyon ng plan of action, yung may-ari nung building na yun. Talagang matatapyasan yung building na yun. Yung malaking building na yun sa harapan nung Pacific Hardware, mawawala yun. Mawawala yun. Significantly mawawala yung frontage no?
And it's very obvious that the traffic has become better. No? I come all the way from Marcos Highway, and a lot of time had been cut off from my travel time. What's very noticeable also is that the demolition of the traffic island on the top of Magsaysay has eased a lot the traffic up there. What's the next project as far as the traffic problem is concerned, and will you not do something about the commercial establishments along Bukawan Road that are causing major traffic problems like Holiday Supermart, Apco Hardware, then there's another Apco Hardware up Bukawan Road, and can the system of unit in Marcos Highway be adopted where the trucks turn around inside the hardware? They don't turn around on the road because that can cause humongous traffic jams.
Thank you very much, Attorney. One is we continue to implement yung four pillars of traffic management. Yung engineering, enforcement of law, enactment of law, and at the same time, education. But there are strategic, as I've said, there are strategic solutions and there are quick win solutions. Yung binabanggit nyo kanina are usually quick win solutions. Wherein, what we do is make sure that iniipitan namin yung illegal parking. No? And at the same time, we continue to caution yung mga owners ng mga hardwares na bawal na at this duration ng araw na to na pwede kayong mag-deliver. Yun ang pinagbabawal na namin. Yung delivery ng tangaling tapat, yung nag-deliver ng mga supplies dun sa hardware. And at the same time, hindi na yung patong-patong silang nakaparada dun sa harapan ng hardware para pag umatras yan, ang laki-laki ng kinakain. Second is, you're making sure that they park properly dun sa hardware. Ang problema nga is, napabayaan na ganun yung sistema. Napabayaan, and we tolerated it. And this is something that we are now addressing. Pero unti-unti ho, hindi ho namin pwede biglayin ho lahat. Pasensya na ho kayo talaga. Inuunti-unti lang ho namin. Second is, binigyan na po namin, if you notice, there are 26 commercial establishments that have converted their parking space into grocery stores. Ito, binigyan na namin sila notice. And they have 6 months to convert it back to its original purpose, a parking area. Isa na naman yan, that's about 26 na commercial establishment. Third is we continue to change the geometric designs of our islands. So nakikita nyo siguro yung ginawa namin sa, isa yun yung ginawa namin sa Fbpage, inaayos namin yan. Ganun din sa ibang lugar, yung sa, naghihintay na lang kami ng pondo para ayusin yun. Yung nakita nyo yung junction dun sa Baguio County Club, binigay na namin sa Baguio County Club yung design nun. There's an option 1 and option 2 para hindi na magkakaroon ng boom effect nun. When you say boom effect is, pag huminto yung isang sasakyan, hinto lahat yung nasa likod. Para at least dire-diretso yung traffic doon dapat. Doon sa intersection na yun. Junction na yun, rather. And then, traffic signalization. Ongoing na yung study natin sa traffic signalization. What is this all about? We're studying yung mga deployment ng aming traffic lights to make sure na synchronize itong mga to. Basically, itong mga traffic lights na to, wala na. These are very old traffic lights, hindi na to AI compatible. These are not IP compatible traffic lights. So we're going to practically remove all of these. And we will be submitting our funding. Matatapos na yung study. Siguro, actually, ang study dapat tapos na itong February, end of February. Nag-request lang na extension ng 2 more weeks para matraffic yung traffic signalization. After that, we have the money to procure new traffic lights and new controllers para dyan mo sa traffic lights na yan. And we will buy more traffic lights para doon sa mga critical na mga intersections and junctions. Kailangan pa natin ng traffic lights. If you notice, we are now implementing, dapat may implement ito 4th quarter. Based on our strategic planning with the United Nations Development Program and the OTR. We are the first local government unit that submitted its expression of interest on low-carbon urban transport system. And one of the components of this is the local public transport rerouting plan. Dapat to i-implement po namin yan 4th quarter this year or early next year. Hindi na 3 weeks ago, in-implement ko na yan. Kaya napansin nyo siguro, yung mga jeep sa La Trinidad, kukunti na lang silang naiiwan dyan sa staging area. Pagpasok dito, balik kayo lahat sa La Trinidad. Ganon din yung mga adjacent municipalities, go back. Kukunti na lang yung staging area nila rito. Kaya napapansin nyo siguro, luminis po yung mga staging area. And I just spoke to the head of the Federation of Jeepney Drivers sa Baguio City, si Mr. Patricio Evangelista. And, they strongly are favorable of the new scheme now. So yun ang ginagawa namin ngayon. But, as I've said, the way we solve we came up with the traffic scheme na ginagawa namin. Napansin nyo, ang dami-dami namin dinideploy ng mga plastic barriers. This is not yet based on scientific study. No? By mere observations pa lang ito sa traffic flow. Once na ma-acquire namin, we have already budgeted 1.5 million for us to be able to acquire our own traffic simulation software. Doon, mas maayos pa natin yung traffic. Kasi makikita natin kung anong impact sa ibang roads. So, panlango tayo. Let us just be patient. Ginagawa na ho namin paraan. Ang maganda naman ho dito, in every in every intersection, lalo-lalo na ho yung O-shape na yan. Dati-rati, pag nandun kayo sa bayanihan, 3 cycles yan. 3 cycles yan. It will take you about 7 minutes to reach. Makaalis ho dyan sa intersection na yan pag nasa bayanihan kayo. Now, 3 minutes na lang ho yan. Kung minsan, isang cycle na lang, nakalabas ka na dyan. So, doon namin minemeasure yung namin, yung progress ng aming mga traffic scheme.
How about flyovers, Mayor? Do you have plans to put up flyovers like, I think the front of the Justice Hall badly needs a flyover.
Yes, that's 15,000 no. Nakalagay na po sa budget yan for next year. 15,000 yan, yung walkway na L-shape. Nilagyan na ho namin yan. And at the same time, napansin nyo yung sa lower Magsaysay, yung dalawang ramp doon. Yung dalawang ramp na one-way. Ipag-connect namin yun and magiging 2 lanes na po yun. Para wala na po umiikot na sasakyan. Alam niyo, papunta sa Trancoville, pats iikot ka, mag-U-turn ka para makapasok ka sa Dizon subdivision. Mawawala po yun. At the same time, doon sa likod ng doon sa may agriccio, sa likod doon ng subdivision na yun, i-connect po yun namin yung kalsada doon. Kasi, kapansin nyo, mayroong creek doon. I-connect po namin yun. That's a 5 million project. I-connect po namin yun. Para yung sasakyan, hindi na kailangan umikot ulit doon sa may Trancoville U-turn. Dediretso na po sila doon sa paglampas nung, ano ba yung sa harapan ng Toyota, kalsada. Pwede ka nang pumasok doon para makapasok ka sa Dizon subdivision. So, yun po yung solutions na gagawin po namin dyan.
Thank you, Attorney Becas.
Thank you, Attorney.
Si Manong Robbie of DZRH.
Yes, good afternoon, Mayor. Anyway, umarap din kayo, sir, sa City Council about yung ano ba yung loan?
Yeah, loan.
BBP and can you be enlightened, sir? Kasi maraming mga kababayan po natin nagtatanong kasi ano ba kasi yung maglo-loan ba ang city talaga para at least may implement natin, may patupad yung mga malalaking projects na balak ng inyong administrasyon.
Okay. One is, you should understand that any organization, whether it's in the private sector or in the public sector, to prime their company, for expansion is, naglo-loan talaga yan. Diba? Naglo-loan yan. Para at least, for them to pursue yung project nila, at the same time, to generate revenue, to generate profit. Itong loan na ginawa natin sa DBP, these are credit facility. Standby loan. Ibig sabihin, wala tayong obligation. Kung hindi tayo nag-withdraw, wala tayong obligation. Wala tayong babayaran na fee. Ganon din yung sa land bank. Sa 5.5 billion na credit facility. Loan credit facility is just standby money for us kung sa akin kailangan natin. Bakit dalawa? Bakit dalawa? Ang tanong muna is, bakit dalawa? Para may competition, meron tayong choice, di ba? Malay mo kung ito ay 3.25 ang interest rate, ito naman ay 3.5. No? Mabuti na yung marami tayong pinagpipilian. Kaysa yung iisa lang, pwede tayong tingnan. So may competition sa kanila na pababaan sila ng loan. Third is, for our big ticket projects, like for the itong market, itong park development natin, ang Burnham, hindi ko natin kailangan mag-loan. And besides, it would be very impractical for us to make a loan just to rehabilitate or modernize our market. We cannot. We subjected it, the financial study, although favorable, when we subjected it to a financial viability test, bumagsak. Bakit? Kasi, aside from yung profitability ratio, debt to equity ratio, bumagsak siya lahat eh. It did not pass yung mga parameters natin. Third is, doon pa lang sa market, kung maglulong tayo ng 4 million or lesser, almost 400 million na agad ang mawawala sa budget natin, kakainin. Sa annual budget, and 400 million is 400 million from our annual budget. That's significant. So, hindi natin. Pero, bakit tayo maglulong? Kung ang nag-o-offer naman sa atin is itatayo yung building, itatayo yung market natin, tapos sasabihin sa atin, o ito yung sa iyo, market, sa iyo na rin yung market na itinayo. No cost pa sa atin. And at the same time, you manage your market. Kung anong profit na ma-generate your market, sa inyo yan. And at the same time, yung parking, meron ka pang share dito sa parking. Bakit naman ako maglolo na wala akong gagastusin? And I'm protecting the interest of our vendors. Kasi kami rin ang magmamanage. Hindi naman kami nila titiktahan. Hindi kami magmamanage. So yun ang nakita natin. We have series of talks with these companies before they submitted their unsolicited proposal to us. So ngayon, ine-evaluate natin yung kanilang unsolicited proposal. So, yun ang katotohanan doon sa doon sa mga loan na yun.
So, categorically, sir, wala pa naman. Ibig sabihin na hindi tayo maglo-loan, nakastambay lang yun, just in case na kailangan lang ng city government.
Okay. We have several other projects that we intend to be funded by a loan. Ito yung mga economic enterprise na project. Alam niyo kasi for the past 10 years, ang revenue ng city nag-stagnate na. Nag-stagnate na, hindi na tayo umangat. Dumadami ang tao, dumadami ang services, dumadami ang demand, pero tayo, ganun pa rin yung budget natin, yung revenue natin. Are we satisfied with that? Okay ba sa atin yun? Ganun na lang tayo. Na, okay na to, at least wala tayong utang. You think that's the way of delivering services to our constituent? Hindi. We need money, we need more money, so as to be able to deliver better services. And the only way to do that is not to be a holding company, but to become an operating company. That's the way we do it when in the corporate sector. Being the Senior Vice President for Operations of Steel Asia, that's our direction sa company. To generate more profit so that we will be able to expand more, get money to expand more. But we will be able to control our costs. No? So ganun ang ginagawa namin ngayon. We're looking at several economic enterprise na pwede namin pondohan. And without any subsidy from local government. Yung kinikita nun, tamang-tama na pwedeng pambayad yung sa loan. Katulad ng parking buildings, modular parking. I'm referring to modular parking building. So, according to our feasibility study, ang payback time niyan is around 6 years. So bakit hindi namin gustong, di ba? Kung ako yan okay sa akin, di ba? 6 years. And these parking buildings will last for about 25 years. Tinitingnan rin namin yung ibang mga lupain namin na pwede namin palang i-convert. Instead of one government agency occupying a prime lot which cost about 120,000 pesos per square meter. Can you just imagine a prime lot, 1,800 meters, occupied by one particular government agency, and that lot is worth 120,000 per square meter. So sayang, di ba? Ano kaya kung i-propose namin sa accept ay unsolicited proposal, tayuan ng isang mataas na building, siguro multi-story na building, about 6-story building or 8-story building, maglagay ng BPO doon, yung isang floor ibigay doon sa opisina ng do-occupy. Can you just imagine a floor area of 1,800 square meters? Napakalaki yan for us government agency. At the same time, modernized pa lahat. Meron ka ng employment, meron ka pang taxes, meron ka pang RTT. So, kita mo, ang dami yung pwedeng gawin sa isang particular na lahat. So, doon namin tinitingnan lahat kung paano kami to be able to generate more revenues. In fact, this year, despite the fact na meron tayong coronavirus, our target this year is quite ambitious. We want to add around 300 million sa ating revenue. Yes, sa ating 300 revenue this year. And hopefully next year, baka maging pwede natin dagdagan ng 500. So, in 2 years, maka-generate tayo ng additional 800. That would make our budget around, that's 3 billion na.
Kirami?
Yes. So, that's why, at this time, sir, ano yung talagang pinaka-priority na sabihin nating project na very viable in as far as economic is concerned?
Revenue source.
Parking buildings is one. Thus, we will be doing a financial viability, financial study or business study doon sa plano nating i-rehabilitate yung Mais View Park. Yun, pag tinayo natin yun, that's around 300 million. Magkakaroon yun ng 20 meter na mine tunnel. Nakita niyo na ba yung rendering nito? 20 meter na mine tunnel, tapos magkakaroon yan ng glass walkway. Siguro, ano kaya ko ipalabas namin mamaya para makita niyo yung development. Ipan ko mamaya. Nandiyan ba yung pan natin? Yung palabas natin na rendering ng mga park development?
Pwede po.
Pwede palabas nyo dito. Para makita niyo. Mabuti na yung makita niyo kung ano yung tsura.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Maraming salamat.
Because tama po yun, Mayor, masyado pong limited yung revenue sources natin.
Yeah.
Yung parang naging tradition na yung pagkolekta sa parking, pagkolekta sa business permit. So, hindi talaga lumalaki. At nakaakibat po kasi dyan, yung pong ating ira at yung budget. So, kung walang kita, maliit lang din po ang budget natin at kukulangin po yan sa pag-sustain po ng ating mga services. Okay? Sunod natin si Alvin Quitason, ang aming boging presidente. Busy.
Congratulations pala.
Thank you, Mayor. Naimbang na malong kakatayan. Mayor, sa yung mga infrastructures na ini-introduce dito sa Baguio, yung parking, building, yung pagkiklear ng mga kalsada, gaano po ito naiangklas sa existing comprehensive land use plan ng city? Paano po nai-harmonize yung mga nai-introduce ng mga infrastructure projects sa existing sa UP ng Baguio?
Before we did this, before we came up with this plan of putting up all these infrastructure na itong projects na to, we made sure that it's aligned. It's aligned with our clue. Walang violation sa aming clue. Wala siya. Kung talaga siya, pasok siya sa zoning. As aligned siya sa zoning. So walang controversial issue doon. Hindi siya controversial.
Thank you, Mr. President. Si Charles Limon of Boboron.
Ayan, good afternoon, Mayor. Since we're talking about as well as the revenue of the city, Mayor, ano pong plano natin sa mga hindi po natin nakolekta last year to add up sana sa revenue as the PESA, PCSO, BCDA? Ano pong plano natin? Kasi karagdagang income din yung revenue din kung makokolekta po natin yung mga hindi po nila nabayaran po.
Sa totoo lang, halos nakolekta naman natin lahat. Kaya lang bumaba lang, katulad ng PCSO, bumaba tayo by as much as 50%. Dahil nga, ang pondo napunta na sa building, napunta na sa universal healthcare. So we don't expect much now from PCSO. Kaya meron kami mga bagong revenue measures. Ito na, nasa ilang reading na, second reading na yung pagtaas ng ating real estate. Pero, kasi the last time that we had an increase sa ating mga properties, real properties, was in 1996. So ngayon, itataas na namin. Pero unti-unti namin itataas, gradual. And it will be in tranches. It will be spread out in tranches. Para hindi naman pabigla yung tao. Second is, in-increase natin ang violation ng ating traffic violation, especially illegal parking, from 150 to 500. In fact, dahil naman, I've been receiving a lot of complaints, bumalik na naman si illegal parking, na-observe ko rin during my visits sa iba-ibang mga barangays na bumalik na naman sa dating ugali yung ibang mga mahilig mag-illegal parking. Nagkaroon kami ng citywide illegal parking in just one day. Nakahuli tayo ng 320 vehicles. And 320, if you translate it to revenue, that's 150. That's almost more than 150,000 pesos in just one day. Magkakaroon tayo ng environmental fee. Yan ang pinag-aaralan na ngayon. Magkakaroon tayo for tourists. Magkakaroon tayo ng congestion fee. Tourists that brings their car to the city, meron congestion fee. Merong traffic impact fee. Kung nagpatayo ka ng building, ibig sabihin, nag-generate ka ng impact, ay ng traffic. So magbabayad ka ng traffic impact. Yung storage fee. Sa ngayon, walang nagbabayad na household sa sewerage fee. Despite the fact na nagtatakbo kayo lahat sa environment, karamihan sa inyo nagtalagay sa kwan. Diretso sa river. In fact, dun sa 5,600 na households that are connected directly to the sewerage, walang sinisingil na sewerage fee or sewage fee. Wala. Nakakonect na sila sa kwan. Wala. Ang sinisingil pa lang natin ngayon are commercial. So, ang dami nating nawawalang potential na revenue. So, ito ngayon ang tinututukan namin. Pangalawa, yung sistema ng pangungolekta ng sewage, pag-determine. Doon sa commercial, depende sa ilang toilets. Ilang toilet bowl. That's not the way to collect. Ang best practice is alamin mo kung anong water consumption niya. Kasi kung anong water consumption niya, yun ang labas din niya. So yun, doon namin i-base lahat. So you expect yung 5,600 household out of the 90,000 plus household, kokolektahan na yan ng sewerage fee. And once na may tayo natin itong ating mga sewerage system, ma-improve natin, baka all the households, kailangan na rin natin kolektahan. Pero mga kolekta na yan is Baguio Water District. Ang strategic direction natin is ang pag-manage ng ating sewerage system, including collection and billing, will be done by the Baguio Water District. Yes, sir.
Going back lang sir, in terms doon po sa BCDA share ng Baguio, kumusta na po yung siguro?
Wala tayong makukuha pera. Nakipag-dialogue na kami, wala tayong makukuha pera. Kung iniisip nyo na meron tayong 1 billion, paano lang yan? It's an imagination. Wala na. Nakausap na namin yung grupo ng John Hay Development. At binanggit nila sa amin na lahat ng entitled na pera sa amin, binayad nila sa BCDA. And during our informal meeting with BCDA, sabi ng BCDA, wala naman kami babayad sa inyo. Sabi, kukuha ng pera.
Ano ibig sabihin?
Pero meron tayo na-generate yung business tax nila. Nakakuha naman tayo sa kanila. Business tax. Pero yung real property tax, wala tayo nakukuha.
Saan napunta, sir? Saan napunta, sir?
Yes, sir.
Siguro tanungin natin yung mga previous na administration ng BCDA. Saan nila dinala yung pera? They know better. Kaya kaya ako gusto nga kausapin si Vince Dixon, Mr. Vince Dixon ng chairman ng BCDA. Dahil yun ang gusto kong i-clarify sa kanya. Hindi ko muna siya na-approach ngayon kasi tinatapos pa nila yung post-activities pa nila doon sa city. Siguro itong March, pupunta ko siya para mag-usap kami.
Yeah, kailangan kasi maklaro talaga. Yes, may si kasamang Rose of Disability muna.
Yes, sir. Sir, good afternoon po, Mayor. Clarification lang doon sa proposed development po ng Baguio City Public Market. Nakarating na po ba sa inyo yung petition ng mga vendors po natin na against sila doon sa plano po natin na style or yung sistema ng development ng Baguio City Public Market, sir?
You know, you cannot please everyone. There will always be opposition, especially those who will be greatly affected or impacted by that modernization. Pero kinausap ko naman yung ating vendors cooperative, walang magpa-participate sa kanila. You properly explain sa kanila why. Kasi saan ka nakakita ng yung market, hindi naman tayo didiktahan kung sino yung winning na company. Yung winning proponent. Hindi naman nila didiktahan kung anong presyo. In fact, they will not participate in the management of the market. The management of the market will be handled by the city. All the revenues that will be generated from that will go to the city. Kami rin na magdidikta kung anong presyo. Better environment, better surroundings, good system of payment, clean, very clean market. Sino walang may gusto? No? Sino may ayaw? Ang tanong natin, bakit ayaw? Ang may ayaw, yung mga original na nag-list dyan, na pinapalis nila. Bakit? Mawawalan sila. Meron dyan, nagbabayad lang ng 300 to 500 to 1,000 pesos as original lessor, pero ipapasublease nila. Ang nagbabayad naman, yung nagsasublease niyan, magkano binabayad sa kanila? 5,000, 7,000, 10,005. Meron nga dyan na isang original na lessor, 4,005, pero yung nagsasublease sa kanya, 100,000. No? Ilang pa sa kanila? Ilang pa sa kanila? Kanina, yan ang topic namin kanina. Ang dito, ang pinoprotektahan po namin dito, yung mga occupant. Kung ikaw ang nag-o-occupy ngayon, ikaw talaga ang may tindahan dyan, ikaw ang proprotektahan namin. Hindi yung tao na nasa likod mo, na nandun, natutulog lang at pinagkakakitaan niya yung pinag-irapan mo dyan. Yun ang gusto namin tanggalin. Yung mga nagpapasublease na yan. Dahil pinagkakitaan na nila yan, inabuso na nila yan, in-enjoy na yan, ang naghihirap yung actual na occupant. Kaya kung ako tatanungin mo, protektahan ko dyan yung occupant.
Yes, sir. Sir, last week po nabanggit po ninyo, sir, yung auditing ng mga lessors dyan sa Baguio City Public Market. Ano pong update, sir? Ilang percentage kaya sa kanila yung mga nagpaparenta ng kanilang mga...
Dalawa yung nagkakandak ng audit dyan para magtugma yung kanilang pag-validate. Yung isa is in aid of investigation. Marami kami nalalaman dito ng kalokohan dyan. Kaya sabi ko sa iyo, when I mentioned about the 200,000 a day na nawawala sa amin, tip of the iceberg lang yan. Ang dami pa dyan sa mga store owner dyan na hindi pala nagbabayad. In fact, they cannot even comply with the requirement na i-display nila yung kanilang mga permits, kung ano-ano pa mga requisite na documents na kailangan nila. They cannot. So, ang dami nang gugulang dyan. Yan ang mawawalan. Yan ang nag-iingay ngayon dyan. At kung ano-ano na lang ang kasinungalingan na pinapalabas nila dyan. Again, I would like to repeat. Ang pinoprotektahan namin yan at ang bibigyan namin ng karapatan para mag-occupy ng mga makabagong stalls once na naitaw siya, ay naitayo natin yung market na yan, yung mga legitimate na occupants ngayon. Yun ang protektahan namin dyan.
Any idea ako, Mayor, kung ilan po lahat yung mga nangungupahan sa city market, sir?
Doon sa aming data is 3,900 plus. Nakakatuwa nga yan eh. Sa tagal na natin minomonitor yung market na yan at minamanage, hanggang ngayon, hindi pa nila masabi sa akin kung ilan talaga ang nangungupahan dyan. Ang gulo rin ng files dyan. Hindi rin malaman, wala hanggang ngayon, wala pa rin klaro kung sino nag-occupy. If you ask me, of the total number, let us say, assuming 4,000, kung 25,000 ang nakasublease ay 25%, probably something conservative. It's just a conservative estimation, 25%. Kasi based dun sa ginagawa namin na audit at inventory at investigation na ginagawa, eh nakikita na namin na almost 25% na yung nagsisinungaling. At alam mo naman kung nagsisinungaling. So nakikita mo yung grabe anomaly dyan. Grabe anomaly dyan.
May challenge po kayo last week din na kung sino yung mga actual occupant ngayon ay lumantad na or sila na po mismo mga reklamo. Meron na po bang...
Yun ang gusto kong mangyari sa kanila. Kaya nga imimit ko yung PCMA sa Friday para pag-usapan namin. Yun ang gusto namin mangyari sa kanila. Magsalita na kayo. Dahil kung kayo na nag-occupy ngayon, pag tinanong kayo at sasabihin nyo pa rin yung pangalan nung pinag-rerentahan nyo yung store nyo na yan, baka kayo pa ang mawalan ng karapatan pagdating pag naitayo na yung market. Kasalanan nyo yan, hindi kasalanan ng local government. Kasalanan nyo dahil nagsinungaling kayo. Kaya kung kaya nyo magsalita na ngayon, magsalita na kayo ngayon at sabihin nyo na sa amin yung katotohanan tungkol dyan sa subleasing na yan at pagre-renta-renta nyo dyan. Bawal yan. Kung kayo nag-occupy dyan, kayo dapat ang may karapatan mag-occupy niyan at bababa yung ibabayad nyo. Iba dyan, nagbabayad ng 10,000. Yung pala, yung naglilis lang yan, nagbabayad lang ng 500 o 1,000.
Pero wala pa pong lumantad na po, Mayor.
Marami na nagsabi sa amin.
Oo.
Marami na rin nagsabi sa amin.
May standing order po ba din kayo sa Market Superintendent na once and for all mag-conduct na ng inventory sa lahat ng pwesto?
Hindi ko
sa
siya
mga vendors?
pinagkakandak ng inventory. Sabi ko sa kanya, mag-focus ka sa management. Ibang third party yung ginagamit ko para mag-conduct ng inventory.
Thank you, sir.
Dependent, ano? Okay. Si Grace muna, kuya? O ikaw? Sige.
Si Grace,
Ayan, si Grace muna. Yan, ladies first. Si Grace ng UNTV.
Mayor, sir, good afternoon. Regarding po pa rin po sa panahon nga, kasi nga kahit na negative po tayo sa Cordillera, pero outside Philippines po kasi talagang marami na po yung cases po natin. Meron po bang pagkakataon na makancel ito or tuloy pa rin po tayo?
Possible. Possible pa rin. The schedule is tentative. Depende kung ano yung situation sa, what is the global situation, what's the domestic situation. Anything can happen. Tingnan mo sa Korea, bigla na lang lumabas. Ang dami-dami na. Ano? Anything can happen. Kaya very fluid yung situation ngayon pagdating dito sa coronavirus. So, we're closely monitoring yung situation. And sa ngayon is, we're still focused dun sa there's no change dun sa original dito sa bagong schedule. Na March 21 will be the kick-off street parade. March 20 and 29 will be the grand finale. Ito yung street parade at yung float parade. And then after that, yung Baguio in Blue. We continue to stick to that schedule. As I've said, these are still tentative, depending on it will depend on the global and domestic situation on the coronavirus threat.
Pero sir, yung mga sister city po natin na invited pa rin po sila na pumunta sa...
Yes naman, oo naman. Wala namang binago pa. So, ganoon pa rin, status quo muna tayo. Yung mga in-invite natin, ang mga special guest natin, yung mga magpa-participate, then nandun pa rin. Wala namang stand-down na order galing sa amin.
Mayor, sir, meron regarding po dun po sa Luwakan Airport. May mga nagsasabi na paano yan yung mga malalaking tao na masasagasan regarding nga po dun po sa demolition po na isasagawa natin mga matataas na tao, makakapaggawa din natin. So, ano po yung mga nakikita po natin pong challenges po dito gagawin po?
Una-una, merong proclamation yan. No? May proclamation, 3298, parang ganun, 5298. May presidential proclamation yan. Second is well-defined yung buffer zone. Well-defined yung buffer zone yan. And yung security zone, well-defined yan. In fact, merong shapefile yan na all you have to do is kunin mo lang yung mapa and then lay it over the map. Makikita mo agad kung anong maapektuhan. Siyempre, intindi natin yung mga tao maapektuhan dyan. Masakit sa kanila. Intindi natin. Kaya lang, we just want to be fair. Hindi naman kanilang pag-aari yan. Kung sakaling natituluhan yan, then imbestigahan natin. How were they able to get to secure a title over a property that is covered by a presidential proclamation? Alam mo naman na may maraming kalokohan dyan sa land registration at sa titling. Ang daming may kalokohan dyan. At yung sinasabi nila na meron naman kaming permission from CAAP, kausap ko yung CAAP, sabi ng CAAP, we never gave any permit to anyone to put up any structure in our buffer zone. Wala din. So ang sa akin lang dito is, pasensya na sila. Whether influential sila, whether kung ano man ang status nila, fair lang po tayo. Hindi po sa inyo yung buffer zone na yan. Ibalik po natin yan sa gobyerno. Dahil yan po, kailangan po natin tanggalin yan para ma-resume natin yung commercial flights dito sa Luwakan. Besides, it is a safety issue. We cannot compromise safety, among others.
Thank you po.
Thank you, guys. Kuya Joseph ng PIA.
Thank you, Mix and Jom. Good afternoon, Mayor.
Good afternoon.
Sir, last week, andito po ang Presidential Communications Operations Office para nagbigay nga ng forum on freedom on information. Dalawa sa councilor ang nag-attend, Councilor Orcales and Councilor Vladimir Cayabas. At they are willing to sponsor an ordinance na magkakaroon din po tayo ng local FOI dito sa Baguio City. So will you support freedom of information?
Yes, Joseph, I fully support it. It's one way of being transparent. Itong administration na to is a very transparent administration. Sabi ko nga sa inyo we will apply good governance. And one of the principles of good governance is transparency and accountability. And FOI is aligned with our principle of good governance. So we fully support it. We fully support it.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, we'll have second round. Attorney?
Mayor, when it comes to demolition in the city market, you announced that that old building in front of the Center Mall will be demolished. Is that pushing through?
Yes, sir. Safety issue po yun. It's a safety issue. Kaya po, binigyan na po namin ng notices yung mga occupants po doon to relocate. Yeah, to relocate.
Is there a tentative date?
Alam ko that we've given them only until the end of March.
Okay.
I-verify ko. I'm not sure. Alamin ko po kung ano yung latest na binigay na date ng ating city administrator. But definitely, we will demolish that building. How about for my safety po?
About if I got it right, the three buildings from Kayang Street towards Hilltop are owned by the city.
Yes,
And for decades, these have been used for shady businesses like nightclubs, gambling areas, and I don't know if those buildings should be demolished or not. If I were to be asked, I would say that it should be demolished and that it will be redeveloped. What's the plan of the city?
Okay. Hindi ko pwedeng banggitin sa inyo dito sa naka-broadcast
Okay.
Because nagbigay lang po ako ng instruction tungkol po doon sa mga yan.
Okay.
Are you referring to this building that were able to extend their contract
Yes,
of
yes.
15 years?
Yes.
Because the owners or the occupants funded the construction of this building. Yes. Nagbigay po ako ng... Pwede po ba mamaya ko na ako ibanggitin sa inyo?
Okay. Another thing, Mayor. It's nice to know that you're pursuing this fees on, environmental impact. These people who come during Panagbungay and make our lives miserable really should pay something. But do you have any plan to use money from these charges or any surplus money of the city to come up with a college like Pamantasan ng Maynila, University of Makati, so that the brilliant kids of our media people will have a nice college to go to?
Yeah. Thank you very much for bringing up that matter. I wish we can do it. I really wish we can do it. But inside that 57 square kilometers, wala na po tayong ma-produce na 2 hectares we need for a university. We need at least, to be strategic about it, we need around 2 hectares. Para meron po tayong malaking open space for a university. Sa ngayon ho, ang pinakamalaki na lang po na ma-produce natin of late. Kasi yung 3 hectares para sa WTE, nahihirapan pa ako ngayon eh. Siguro ang pinakamalaki na lang na makuha natin na lupa, aside from yung 8.5 hectares sa Outlook Drive na it's not even accessible, yung pinakamalaki na lang po natin makuha ngayon is around siguro 2,000 square meters na lang sa Baguio City. Wala na ako talaga. Wala na makuha. 57 square kilometers. Unfortunately po, in fact, our biggest loss of green cover was between 2014 to 2017. We lost around 355 hectares of green cover. And those were the years wherein we registered the highest temperature in the city of Baguio. That is based on geospatial analysis, going over yung GIS, Geographical Information System.
On transportation, Mayor, is that still an existing plan to put up cable cars or trains or these mass transport systems?
Yes. In fact, Juan, we have a meeting with Sistra, one of the first company that submitted its feasibility study, bukas. Meron na kaming bukas. And yung Sistra is advocating for cable and rail system. And then just lately, we have another potential proponent, yung BYD po, Build Your Dreams, one of the very popular companies when it comes to transport technology. Ito po yung latest na binigay ko sa akin. And they would like to put it up here. In fact, their team will be arriving siguro next week or the week after to conduct a pre-feasibility study dito. In fact, I already directed our team to come up with an alignment, a 5-kilometer alignment for the first phase ng project. So, I can show you yung bagong system na itatayo na rin. This is the latest. Silent. The first of its kind.
Kunan niya natin. Ariel.
Kabibigay, pagkapapadala lang po sa akin ito.
So, Mayor.
Do you want us to show it sa TV sa mamaya? Show it mamaya ako doon, para makita nyo.
Later on.
And you will be impressed. You will be impressed with this type of rail system dahil ang land footprint po nito, so silent, ang land footprint nito, pag itatayo mo, yung mga pillars nito, is just 1.5 by 1.5 square meter.
Mamaya po yan, mapapanood po natin, including dun sa Minds View, no? Yung audiovisual presentation.
Last question. Somebody told me before that there was a syndicate at City Hall cornering projects and something about funding. Did you discover this? And have you done, or are you going to do something about it?
Good question. Good question po. I've discovered it, pero napakahirap pong mag-produce ng evidence. And so, what I did was to just forget about it. But this time, moving forward, ang announcement ko po is, let's apply good governance. Wala na pong SOP, wala na rin po under the table arrangement.